You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Black and White Sports fans, we're going to be talking about ESPN Stephen A. Smith here in this video. Stephen A. Smith, one of the biggest critics out there of athletes that did not get the jab. And probably the most famous athlete to not get the jab was Kyrie Irving. He never got the jab. He made it all the way through the NBA regular season. However, Kyrie Irving and the Nets got eliminated in the first round in a sweep. And Stephen A. Smith went on a tirade about Kyrie Irving. Now, Stephen A. Smith has made some enemies of NBA players and former NBA players. I don't think that Kyrie Irving really likes Stephen A. Smith very much because of all the criticism. We know that Kwame Brown went out there and destroyed Stephen A. Smith. Now, guys, you have another former NBA player now calling out Stephen A. Smith for his criticism of Kyrie Irving. Now, guys, when it comes to NBA players getting a jab, I believe that a lot of these players probably did not want to get it, but they got it. We know that LeBron James got it, but he made it pretty clear that he kind of questioned whether to get it or not. And he wasn't going to criticize any player that didn't get it. And of course, you know, the woke sports media went kind of crazy when even LeBron James, who is a woke idiot, posted that Spider-Man meme. But anyway, let's get to Stephon Marbury. This is what he said about Stephen A. Smith and his criticism of Kyrie Irving. You can see here, former NBA player calls out Stephen A. Smith for being a, quote, Uncle Tom. Now, we're going to play this clip here of Stephen A. Smith talking about Kyrie Irving because he called Kyrie Irving. He actually said this. He said, "We are witnessing one of the most delusional athletes in American history." So let's play this clip here, guys. This is Stephen A. Smith going off on Kyrie Irving.
We are witnessing one of the most delusional athletes in American history. He's lost. Because he's so big on telling everybody else they're lost. You can try to paint this issue, Kyrie, into anything you want. What it comes down to and what everybody's focusing on, you don't want to show up to work. You want to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it, while you got your hand out for somebody else's money. And then when you get called on it, we're the peons. We're the ones who are puppets. Kyrie actually looks down on us because we want to see him play. And we're demanding that you play. Right now, the season is over. He got 6 months off. 6 months off on top of the 53 games that he missed. Okay? And he's getting paid over $30 million. And don't think for 1 second he didn't get his money. He got money now. He got his money when he missed. So here you are. You don't want to work unless you want to do it when you want to do it. You come back from the whole mandate. And even though you had spectacular games, there were other games where you were struggling. And literally he went on the record and was talking about he ain't got his legs. That he's a little bit tired. Well, what the hell were you doing with all of that time off? It's beyond the pale to ask that question. And then you go out on a Twitter rant and you start spewing this stuff. Why? Because the media who gets paid to cover the sport is asking you about the sport you voluntarily signed up to play, getting paid an exorbitant amount of dollars to play. Half the time you don't show up to work. They point it out. They point out the load that you put on your teammates because of your absence and talk about how that may very well be the reason why you got swept out of the first round. And that is on us.
Okay, so now Kyrie Irving, he said not showing up half the time. You guys got to remember the NBA had no VATS mandate in place. That was the Nets decided to sideline him until he got the jab. I believe that the NBA Players Union should have done something about that because the NBA had no VATS mandate in place. It was only locally in New York City. He could have played road games. They didn't want to let him go. But Stephen A. Smith now it's been called out by Stephon Marbury. It says, we are witnessing one of the biggest Uncle Toms on the planet in Stephen A. Smith. That's all he had to say about that. But there's a little bit of a history here that Stephen A. Smith does address. It says here, Smith later spoke up on ESPN to respond to Marbury's statement. Quote, I'm not going to insult Stephon Marbury, Smith said. I will say Stephon Marbury has had a problem with me since 2009 because we thought he was a bit bizarre when he was eating Vaseline, literally on video, like it was a bunch of cheeseburgers. Now, I don't remember that. I haven't seen that as far as I know. But if you guys remember that, let us know that in the comments below. Stephen A. Smith, man, making enemies of NBA players and former NBA players. But also over here in the comment section here on Twitter, you guys got to remember this here. This is golden right here. Kwame Brown going after Stephen A. Smith.
Stephen A., you bald forehead motherfucker. I don't know why you got people thinking you tough, saying all kind of shit like, oh, then you come see me. Well, let's go to Seattle and you sign a, well, Seattle, you ain't got to sign no waiver. Meet me in Seattle where you can have mutual combat and talk like that. I'll slap a tooth. It'll look like you got a toupee on the front of your head or how hard I'll slap the back of your head, motherfucker. Stephen A., you bald forehead motherfucker.
Yep, that's Kwame Brown right there. But guys, what do you think of this? What do you guys think of Stephon Marbury going after Stephen A. Smith on Twitter, calling him out, calling him an Uncle Tom for his criticism of Kyrie Irving? I believe if Kyrie Irving got this jab, maybe he wouldn't be so critical of him, talking about the time missed and all that, guys. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.